large. Most structures in this period are wide and sprawling. The room that you're brought into is a 2-story atrium, which has these long columns and a balcony that overlooks it. The walls themselves are pretty boring, which is why they've put several tapestries on the wall. Some of them look imported, so they're probably imported from Calabria or Zhangao. They just look weird. They seem to be strewn about not only to silence the echoes on the stone walls, but also to show off that, hey, I've got money and have been places. Look at me. There is a small table already set out, and the dog guy immediately shuffles over to the table, start pouring you tea. And you are greeted by a catwoman, specifically a cheetah. She's dressed in, I guess tunic is the word that we would use for this. And it's indoors. And she's wearing a very obvious signet ring. And she says, yes, Captain Indoril, I'm pleased to I, Mistress Nira, am pleased to see you.
When she comes into the room, I'm going to stand up, give her a bow, and...
Do you actually have the gift of etiquette?
No, but I'm assuming as a noble, well, hold on.
I think as a dilettante, that's one of your 3 gifts.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay, you stand up and try to look polite. Sorry.
I attempt.
Why don't you go ahead and try to make an impression on her and roll your will and presence? If you had etiquette, I would give it to you.
I don't have presence.
Well, it's your will. Try not to screw this up, Captain.
All right. One success.
Well, one success. You comport yourself. She is more amused at your lack of breeding than your... Yeah, she immediately looks at you and goes, oh, yes, dilettante. Well, it's
could have gone worse.
It could have gone worse. That's not unusual. Please sit and enjoy our tea. I see you have quite the entourage. You must be, no doubt, a wealthy captain of great influence.
Working there. This is Donovan, my navigator. I'm gonna kind of give him a little kick under the table so he can step up and.
And your great sages. You've come quite a way away from your native land to hear the wonderful Delton Valley, where the rooftops glitter as if they are gold, but really it's just gilding. What brings you here today? No doubt you've come to make a sizable donation to our gallery?
Well, I actually wanted to talk to you about something similar to that. During my sort of travels out in the ocean, I will say procure a lot of interesting artwork. But before I can, do these travels and bring you back some fun collectibles, I need you to put your signet to something.
Oh, I see. Why don't we make some polite conversation that we'll go ahead and Eli'd over in this montage, and why don't you prove to me that you actually know what the hell you're talking about? This is going to require a roll of mind, deceit, academics, and the idle conversation goes on for quite a while, so gossip.
I do have a fair bit of that. I could also aim to assist him.
Anyone who wants to participate may also aid in the conversation, rolling the same dice.
Can I use negotiation?
No, because we are gossiping and not negotiating. She's sizing you up. She's not actually making any deals. She's okay. So you've been places. No doubt you've been to Majing and seen the Emperor's gallery. This is when you would just go, no, because that's the Forbidden City. I mean, she starts leading you on in conversation.
We're playing that game. Okay, I got you. So
hey, I didn't get to be a noble. Look, we got the tea, we got the pinkies extended. You play. You came to pay to play.
Yeah.
This is the part of the visual novel where you have to figure out how to answer the questions to make my meter go up.
Oh, okay. I failed all of them.
Eldritch chimes in and gives you a bonus D8, but apparently you're just a big doofus.
Can I tap my personality?
What is your personality?
Well, you also got bonus D8 from Donovan.
Okay, so I'm going to pause a moment. We're going to ask questions. First of all, Indoril, what is your personality?
Charming.
All right, I will let you roll that, but first, you may roll. These are what are called claimed bonuses. So Eldritch chimes in to correct you. Thana, say something to correct Samuel's ignorance. Just improvise something.
Well, you see, if you'd actually remember, Sir Captain,
Yeah.
that's not how it went down there in the valley.
Right. So that gives you a bonus D8 from that first assistant, which gives you 1 success. And then Griffin chimes in and corrects your idiocy. Griffin, go ahead and.
Well, actually, the 3rd century sage Tinnin the Elder actually said.
Mistress Nira just runs her finger over the tip of her teacup, and she looks like highly amused at like your antics. That's another bonus D8 that you get to roll. So Captain Samuel may roll an extra D8.
Okay, and then I get a D8.
All right. So you have 2 successes. Do you want to let that ride, or do you want to tap your personality?
I want to tap my personality.
All right, you are charming. Roll an extra D12. If it's a 4 or better, it's a success. And tap that. You can only use that once a day.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
You could also maybe try to re-roll something using a skill specialty.
If you want to choose a favorite use of deceit, academics, or gossip, you could choose a favorite use of gossip with nobles. You could choose a favorite use of academics with nobles. You could choose a favorite use of deceit.
I'm assuming that's a thing I do when I level up, though.
No, actually, the way a favorite works is if you have a blank next in the favorite use, assigning a favorite is free. Changing it, you have to level up.
Ooh.
So you can assign a specialty whenever you want. The first one's free. We do it this way because I love the way this works in gaming, where you're staring at a 1 going, and it's like, yeah, you want to put a favorite use in there? And that way we will remember when you actually acquired that epiphany. That's what I like about it. So do you want to choose a favorite use for you can be in one of the 3 skills that you used? I mean, gossip with nobles does sound pretty straightforward,
yeah,
right?
I'll take that.
Okay, so gossip with nobles and not, say, criminals or wizards. Okay, go ahead and re-roll one of your 1s. I think you're, it would have to be a D6, because I think it's the only one that rolled a 1.
Still failed.
Okay. So Mistress Nira looks, amused at your antics, and she has an expression of that is that peculiar mix of hybriding of nobility that they have of condescension and pity. But with 2 successes, she says, "Well, you seem very impressed. So you're not here to see me or to sell me anything. You're here for the endorsement of the Libertarian Compact, aren't you?"
I prefer to think of it as more I'm here to sell the beautiful idea of Indoril and Associates.
Yes, you'll have to forgive me. Forgive my impertinence if I commit some sort of gaucheries, she says, delicately putting down her china teacup on the silver tray and then admonishing her dog servant not to refill it. But I'm getting the impression that you might not be representing yourselves that you might be misrepresenting yourselves. There's something just a tad improper about your presentation. Do you deny it?
I do not. I do not. But I tend to focus more on the active roles of doing things other than presentation. I'm going to kind of gesture to the 2 guys, Donovan and Eldritch, and be like, I usually let them do the presentations for me, but seeing as you're such a distinguished client in this matter, I figured I would make
Eldritch will clasp a hand to his chest and say, my distinguished lady, while it is true that perhaps these folk have not come to see you directly, perhaps I have, for you seem entirely too intelligent for this world, and I have always believed that knowledge is belief, and belief is power.
She'll blink at you. Okay, and this is where it gets funny, because she'll just kind of blink at you, like looking at you going, is that supposed to be some kind of phrase? And the dock servant will just perk up when you say that. Hurriedly take the tray out of the room.
That's why I veiled it in a, flowery words that were to the benefit of her.
Okay, so Mistress Nera will say, well, you're busy people, and I'm also busy. I'm assuming you've come here because you want the Libertalian Compact endorsement. Did you bring any, papers or contracts that you want me to notarize?
I did, and I'm going to take out the forged contract.
Yeah, she's going to look at that and go, oh, my stars. Aren't we bold?
Incredibly, that's what makes me so good at my job.
Yes, your job. I can't help but notice that from the conversation that we had, that almost every adventure that you've told me is a gross fabrication.
I prefer to think of it as spicing up the more boring parts of nobility.
But you do have a boat. What was the name of your boat again?
The Theophanes.
I'm familiar with Theophanes. That boat I know, she says. And then she looks at the four of you.
Well, you should.
Wait,
it's
am
one
I
of the
in the
biggest
room?
boats in the harbor. No, you're still outside.
Yeah, but the four of you would include Khalid.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. It's one of the biggest boats in the harbor. Of course you would know it.
Very
Still-
well. I am charmed by your presentation, and I think it would be in the greater good for you to be flying a Calabrese flag. You do understand the risks that should you go forward with your bold scheme, there might be those who will seek recompense. Basically, you'll be declaring yourself. If anyone finds out about this, the Libertalians will deny all knowledge of your shenanigans.
That's fine. I don't need you to back me up when shit hits the fan. I just need you to sign paper. Obviously, I'm not going to curse the noble lady.
Underneath her chair is a small cedar chest, which you guys noticed earlier, but wasn't important. And she'll slide that out, and using the small table as a writing desk, will pull out what looks to be like another contract, and she'll write. Well, now Indoril, are you literate? Do you have literacy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, she'll write your name on it and say that at this date that you came to visit, and Mistress Nair, who was happy to receive you. And there's some other legalese on the contract. You may make a roll of mind and academics to read this. Oh, sorry, speed and academics to read this, because she's not going to give you a lot of time.
Speed and academics?
Yep, extra D12 of administration, which a good captain has, right?
I don't have that shit.
So you're just a
I found
captain.
I'm the bookie.
It's just a formality. All you have to do is sign this that says that you're here, and that way I can file it with my records. And there's nothing to worry about. Just standard boilerplate. All we need you to do is make your mark here, and she will, and while she's discussing this, she's already lit the candle and letting it burn down so she can pour the wax and stamp your signet ring here.
That was a crit fail, too.
Oh yeah, you rolled a 1?
Yeah.
Before anyone can stop you, you just go ahead and sign it.
Oh, jeez.
So as she's talking,
Donovan's
she
about
just like
mid-sentence
takes
trying
my
to say-
hand and signs the thing, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, she just she just sort of strokes your hand and says, such a handsome, discerning man such as yourself deserves to be a high captain.
You're damn right I do.
Signed
Yeah,
before
right, I
Donovan
do.
say, but sir,
Stamp, and the rest of you are like trying to go, maybe we should get a look at, get out of my way, I can sign this.
Are you trying to say I can't sign my own name?
I'm sure she'll say, it would be improper for a person of such nobility and integrity as myself to put my own notary mark upon a contract that it would obviously be unfinished and perhaps is even a forgery. And with that, she'll pour wax on your forged document, and from the cedar chest, she has a stamp, and she'll stamp it with the globe insignia of the Libertalian Compact, greatly adding to the value of your contract. It goes from like green to purple.
Perfect.
Oh man.
Isn't blue in between green and purple?
I don't know
It
enough.
skipped
varies
over
between
blue.
all games.
We
Honestly.
straight up skipped over blue. That's how good it is. Oh, okay.
It's been charming as you've spent as you spent over an hour here in my company, because that's how long gossip takes. But I have other businesses to attend to. I'll be happy to send some people over to your office later, and I need to file this contract that you signed in this secure place. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Captain Indoril. Oh, I almost forgot. Here is a necklace with a little globe on it. Don't get too excited. That's actually false gold. That's iron pyrite, so don't get too excited about that. This is your entry into any of the Libertalian Compact. If you happen to cross the Great Desert and to see our Great Lodge that is in the found in the Emirates, you should feel free to stop in at any time.
Okay.
My apologies, good lady, but it's been quite a trek to get here, and I've indulged myself too highly of the city's foods and such. Might you have like a facility I could use to relieve myself?
The dog
Yeah,
has returned
Fox
at
in the
this
other
point
room.
and says, "Sir, I'll be happy to help you with your ablutions. This way, please." And the dog will lead Eldritch somewhere else
Thank
in the
you.
house. You guys make a bit of polite conversation, but then our camera zooms to outside where Ada is. Ada, you rolled what? 3 successes?
Yes.
Okay. With 3 successes, you'll be able to move and back around. The streets here have people in them, but it's not nearly as busy as it is closer to the river, because obviously people keep going back and forth from, away from the river to the river, so that's where all the congestion is. There's also not a lot of beggars around here either, because, once again, lack of foot traffic. But there are these tall buildings, and there's lots of awnings, and a lot of them have recessed arches, because, once again, no air conditioning. So lots of cool shadows to hide in, which is both good and bad. It's bad because it's hard to spot the lemur, whose advanced knowledge of the ways of the city makes it easier for him to hide. But good for you, because you managed to take advantage of the same ones. This guy is a pro. He doesn't stay in one place too long, but every now and then moves to another position. Being an agile climber, he often will move to rooftops. And you know how the rooftops are, where they have they have little small walls in them, like, about, shorter, about a waist-high walls that you can, like, kind of hide behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so several of the houses have that kind of thing here, because they'll have stuff on the roofs and that sort of thing. And he's pretty stealthy about it. With 3 successes, you can observe him from a distance, from about a few dozen paces away. So you watch him for about, while these guys are inside, you watch him for about 15 minutes or so. If you want to confront him, you'll have to cross about 6 or 7. You would have to confront him at short range, basically. If you want to confront him, do you want to just keep watching him, or do you want to confront him, or you want to do something else? Like, short range is knife throwing range, but not melee range.
Well, I do have short range weapons.
Right. So if you wanted to take him out, like you want to take him out from stealth, you'd have to throw a knife. If you want to take him out melee, you'd have to run up to him, and there's a chance he might see you do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna poison dart him.
Do you have poison?
Yeah, I have the Force Ghost trapping. So.
Oh, holy crap! Doo-doo-doo.
I'm the assassin. I am not like weak shit
Okay,
here. I'm
right.
just trying to hone my skills so that I can annihilate these people without using my superior equipment.
And just to let you guys, just to clarify here, the way poison works in the game is if you hurt them, the poison kicks in. If you don't do enough damage to hurt him, you won't penetrate his armor.
No, I'm hitting him from stealth.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna hit him.
Okay, so you get in a good stealth position, and what are you using? A dagger, or I don't know if you have shurikens or not.
It's a poison dart.
Oh, you're using darts, right? And they're not spring-loaded darts; they're just regular darts.
They are. Hold on.
Don't you have the spring-loaded fan that fires darts?
Yeah, I am using the dart fan as well.
Okay, and I believe the dart fan is a sneaky weapon, so I believe you will get sneak attack for this.
Yeah.
So your roll, what dart was the attack dice of a dart fan? It should be listed.
It's a dart fan. Let's see. It's the to hit or to
It should list attack dice and then say what dice you use to attack.
it's 2d8, I think. Wait, no, it's parry d8.
Yeah, that's the parry bonus if you parry with it. What's the attack dice listed?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
You just wrote down it has a parry d8. You didn't write down what the attack dice were. Oh, okay, that's
no,
okay.
I gave him. I wrote the sheet for him, so I only rolled the dice down for his attacks.
I mean, I have attack dice.
Yeah, what's the attack dice?
I have 2d8 and a d6 apparently.
Okay, so you have a 2d8 and a d6. You will also get a bonus d8 because you're attacking from surprise. So you have 2d8 and a d6, a d8 surprise bonus. And if you tap sneaky attack, because you have sneaky attack, right?
No.
Oh, you don't have sneaky attack yet. All right, then you'd be rolling. Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay, so you have the choice. You could either aim and shoot, or you could shoot and then try to run up to him. Which would you rather do?
I'd rather for this to just straight up hit, so I'm gonna aim.
All right, that gives you another bonus d8. So you'd be rolling 48 and a d6.
Okay.
That's dart fan, by the way. Body and melee combat.
Okay.
For some reason, I couldn't search that on the PDF.
Yeah, I don't. We've been going through several upgrades. I don't know why some searches work and some don't.
8.
Okay.
6.
Right. Now I'll roll my dice, and the winner hits the loser. Okay, so I have rolled a 6, and you have rolled an 8. So your highest is an 8, and mine is a 6. That is one success to hit me.
Okay.
Now, you have a bunch of ones there. I'm assuming for melee combat, you don't want to make the dart fan your favorite thing to use.
Oh no, wouldn't this be ranged combat?
I keep asking you guys questions. Are you gonna make me look this up?
Because my favorite melee is my sleep.
Well, it's not ranged combat because that's actually ranged combat. This is an attack with a melee combat die.
No, he's firing a dart from a dart fan.
Oh, a spring-loaded dart poisoned, which would be speed, deceit, and ranged combat. Sorry, you rolled the wrong dice.
Yes, please. Okay, so yeah, you should be right. That's why I asked if it was a spring-loaded dart, and you guys went straight to using the fan dice. So using the spring-loaded fan
right there.
Is actually speed, deceit, and ranged combat.
Yeah.
So that's actually different dice. So I need you to roll your speed die, your deceit dice, and your ranged combat.
He uses his deceit die to make an attack.
The spring-loaded dart fan it's a fan, but it has a dart inside it that is specially concealed, and so since it's a conceal, it allows you to roll that. It's a secret technique of the assassins.
It's one of those martial arts movies where the woman's fanning herself, and all of a sudden, the guy's got a dart in his neck.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, concealed weapons allow you to use deceit.
This one does.
Okay, cool. That's interesting.
You have weird Asian weapons. There are a lot of weird martial arts in the Jade book that allow you to use skills that you normally wouldn't use.
Speed, deceit, range combat. That's still the same thing. Still 2d8 and a d6.
That was the 2d8 and d6. Great. All right. So to reiterate, you rolled an 8 and a 6, and it does flat damage, which means when it's flat, it means your successes don't add. So congratulations, you hit him. and you do a flat 4 points of damage, which he will get to soak.
Twice.
Yes, and even with soaking twice, he soaks 1 point of damage.
So he's
Thunk. He is
so
hurt,
he is
afraid.
injured.
He doesn't go down, but he is hurt, afraid, injured, and sick. So, so he's like the. And remember when I asked you if you wanted to run up to him, and you said no. So you like carefully aim. You're sitting there with your dart fan. You like unfold the fan, and you unfold the fan. There's a click. The spring flies out, and that guy's just sitting there like on a rooftop, and suddenly, he just grabs the back of his neck. Poison. He will. Yeah. So, unfortunately, since he's sick, he is too. He's nauseated. So what he's going to do is he's going to recover from the reeling, and move into a defensive position. So he's going to whirl around to where he can see you hiding on the other side of the rooftop, like and he makes some sort of strangled cry, but that's about it. So he just turns around and raises his hand defensively. Ada, it's back to you. You could move to melee range and attack or do something else.
Do I still have the stealth bonus, or do I actually?
No, he sees you now. You're all obvious of the world.
All right. So if I want to hit him, I'd still have a 2d8 and a d6.
Well, you'd have to reload the spring dart, so you probably want to get into melee range and take care of him.
Well, I just like straight up like all my attack dice is a 2d8 and a d6.
Okay, well, do you want to run across the roof and engage him?
Yeah. Because if I cause him to go reeling, he'll fall down and then probably break his neck.
He is vicariously close. Or what do you want to do? Hurry up.
All right, I want to attack him.
All right, so you dash across the roof and attack. Roll your attack dice. He will attempt to he will attempt to counterattack you, as he is also skilled in martial arts. So he will attempt to grab you with his brawling. Once again, we will roll, and the person who has the highest showing die is the winner and hits the loser. I've rolled a 6.
So is there
There's no bonuses. It's your 2d8 and a d6. I see you now.
Yeah.
We have tied. I grab you. Okay? You will take 2 points of damage that you have to soak.
Okay. So that's what, 1d4?
Your soak dice is your body dice and your armor dice.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1d4.
Okay. He is trained. Yeah.
Soak 1.
Okay, so one and all right, so you are hurt. So he grabs you, and there's like you can feel your he twists your arm and your skin bruising. But you also hit me because we tied. So you also hit me. So what are you stabbing me with?
Dart fan.
Okay, so you run up and bludgeon me with the dart fan. Okay. Now the dart fan has a dart in it that's listed separately from the dart fan. What is the damage from a dart fan?
+1 crit.
Okay, so you scored 1 success, so that's 1 point of damage. You needed 2 or more successes to crit. You didn't get that, so you don't get crit. You have a +1 damage bonus, so it's 2. I'm hurt, which is 3, and I'm injured, which is 4. I must now soak 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
Soaked 1.
I soaked 1. Because I'm sick, I also fall down whenever I'm hit because you poisoned me. So whenever I'm hit, I also fall down. So he grabs you, and you just bonk, and he loses his grip and falls off of you because he's been
1
poisoned.
second.
1 second.
He